It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll get a look here at Davante Adams. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Jets and the Steelers coming up next.
At the confluence of the 3 rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the New York Jets and the Pittsburgh Steelers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our 2 quarterbacks, certainly 2 of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the 7th overall pick back in 2018 from Wyoming, Josh Allen.
Anytime anyone throws for over 300 yards in a game, you know their name is going to be considered for Offensive Player of the Week. And in the AFC last week, our guy got it.
Yeah, he was the guy on top of his game. He'll try to duplicate that here in this one. They run here with a second-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams. The numbers for Williams a week ago, 15 carries, 55 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked with him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Allen to throw it. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
A part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So the Jets now in great position here to start things out. Bringing him out is the future Hall of Famer, now in his 18th NFL season, Aaron Rodgers.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
Holding offense.
That's on the guard, Alex Kappa. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. Throwing on 2nd and long. Rodgers sliding out of the pocket. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. A dump off to Elliott. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. The Jets at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited, not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Rodgers. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful throwing into too much double coverage. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Davante Adams with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Jets use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for him. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Holding offense.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To the air, Allen. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Allen off the play fake. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Allen's throw is complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Allen now looks to throw. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays. A first down carry by Elliott. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Rodgers. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Inside give to Elliott. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. A give to Elliott. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's Rodgers. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Darren Waller from 3 yards out. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Quickly to Hockenson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. On 1st down, Allen. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
When Devontae Parker can play a full schedule, he can be a lot to handle for NFL defenses. 8 years in the league, but only one where he's played all the games in the regular season. But in that regular season, over 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns. Nice catch there for a 1st down.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Allen. That's complete right around the 8. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And again, it's Allen. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Keenan Allen, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are back within a score. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as the season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run with Elliott. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Forced out to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. Here's back-to-back catches for Davante Adams. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Rodgers now on 1st down. That is caught downfield. It's Waller. And they're going to have a 1st down and also well into field goal range all the way down to the 15 here. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And the Jets are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Ezekiel Elliott, as the first half is winding down. And the Jets will extend their lead here just before halftime. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Take it in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit, but first let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We start with a great battle in the AFC. Buffalo heading down to M&T Bank Stadium to take on Baltimore. And it's the Ravens who have the lead in that one. Joe Mixon, a couple of touchdown runs. From there, we head down south to Atlanta. Check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And it was the visiting Dolphins who were able to get the victory. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats for the Jets in that first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. These two teams making their last-minute adjustments. The second half coming your way from Pittsburgh. And to bring it to you, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Jets now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. Second half starts with a carry by Elliott. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 51 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Elliott. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. On play action, Rodgers. And he fires one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. He'll get this to Elliott. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
But now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
A very solid gain of 27. And again, it's Rodgers. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. Elliott. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. They go to Elliott again. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a gain of 4, but it'll bring us now to a 3rd and goal. Rodgers going to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jets take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done. And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter. Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The give is to Elliott. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Elliott, toss right. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Elliott running right. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Elliott. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Jets will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Extra point up and good by Folk, and they open the lead up now to 25. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Going deep here for Allen. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, that big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. The offense on third down, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle, here's Elliott. Now a loose football, the ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know when...
And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. So out now come the Jets. They've got the 2-score lead. It looked, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the fourth, they got to be careful.
Yeah, they definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again. Their purpose on this drive, squash that hope one more time.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Rodgers to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains, because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
second down. Elliott once more. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Elliott. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. A first down carry by Elliott. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Inside give to Elliott. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. We'll likely put an end to this thing. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, Elliott. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jets are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Starting to really smell a 4-0 start right now. Yeah, can't ask for a better first quarter of the season than that.
And you're not supposed to look ahead, but guess what?
You're going to?
They have to, because when you get to if you get to 4-0, you're not just thinking playoffs now. You're thinking about, okay, this team has the capabilities of winning a Super Bowl. They could very well be the best team in the NFL at this moment.
I think they played the best. I mean, there have been a few hiccups offensively and defensively, but probably the best team we've seen, right?
And has the ability to get better.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. Taken in at the 3. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Throwing on first down is Allen. We're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this one taken in by Cephas. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. And executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for the Jets, that early momentum continues.